Hi, it's Jessica, Simone,
Courtney. Alright, topic is music. Does it affect you? Yes, yes, and yes. Why? Because, okay, so, example, I was listening to the radio the other day. I was driving to work, whatever, and this random song came on, and I found myself singing it. I'm like, yeah, I remember this song, those 90s songs, those R&B songs back in the day. Take you back to, that place where you shouldn't have been. But anyway,
Yeah.
so later on in the day, I'm like, okay, still sing this song in my head. Then I get home, start feeling a certain way.
Oh,
I'm like,
not the feeling.
okay, yeah. So yeah, it does affect you. It affects your whole demeanor, your feelings. It can take you back to that place where you shouldn't have been. So yeah, you really have to watch what you're listening to. So yeah, basically garbage in, garbage out. What you put in is gonna come out. So you put in sex songs, whatever, Tank, whatever.
I'm depressed. How dare you leave me?
There we go.
Oh
you put that in, it's gonna come back out. So you definitely have to watch what you're watching, what you're listening to. Yeah.
I have one song that came to my mind. I forgot who it's by. Heather something the other day. In my mind, I'll always be his lady. You're crazy.
Yeah.
He has moved on. You guys are broken up. That's not okay to sing. Just an example. So, we sing. Music is beautiful. Love music. My family is musically inclined. Instruments, singing, all that. Like producers, all that. Music is awesome, right? The thing is, music sets atmospheres. Any type of music. It sets the mood. That's why people play certain music when they're going jogging, because they need to set the mood. Some people play certain music when they're trying to create stuff, because it sets certain moods. Music is very powerful. It's beautiful. It moves you, literally. So if you are trying to, for example, if I'm trying to be celibate, I'm not trying to have any sex, I'm not trying to go there with people, right? But I'm with the dude, and we listening to some slow jams, talking about, I won't even start, slow jams, right? I'm kind of setting myself up for failure.
Yeah, you are.
Because that music, that beautifully written music, is now going into my head, and I'm already attracted to homie. So it's a setup for a failure. So it's really important that we know that music sets the tone for stuff, and if you're trying not to go certain places, you should be setting the tone for that. And I know now it's really easy to just be like, flip switch off, flip switch back on, let me turn it off, that's that compartment, now I'm back in this compartment. And let me just speak for myself personally. I lead worship at church, right? So, and I used to lead worship back in my old church, and I remember times I would literally be on the way to church to go lead worship, right? And what song can I say? Listening to some song about getting crunk, can't remember the words right now, right? Listening to some song, walk into church, here I am to worship, and walk back out and blasted my crunk song to leave. And what happens is, it was really hard for me to get into the presence of God, or to feel like I was in the presence of God, because I wasn't. I hadn't been in his presence all day. I hadn't talked to him all day. I didn't think about him until I got to church. And I was kind of giving a lazy, whack, almost fake worship, if you want to say it like that. Speaking for myself only. And so it's really important that we take time with what we listen to and what we allow into our ears, because it's like, there's still songs to this day, I haven't heard them in years, and I'll be talking, having regular conversation, and they'll pop in my mind. I wasn't trying to go there, but it popped in my mind. And so music is that serious, and so we have to really be careful with what we listen to. A lot of times we feel like because stuff don't curse, or because it's not saying kill, kill, bang, bang, that it's okay to listen to. But the message, every song has a message. Every single song. So if we're not taking time to listen to that message, we are putting stuff into our minds and into our hearts that we're going to start to believe that we shouldn't be repping at all. So it's just, gotta be careful. You really gotta be careful.
So they took everything that I could possibly think to say. But the whole point of this video was to get your mind open, your eyes open to the effect that music can have on you. It can have either a good or a bad effect on you. And personally, I only listen to gospel music only because of the effect I saw that secular music was having on me. I would listen to R&B, loved R&B, loved rap. All of a sudden I became this hood girl.
Thug life.
And none of my parents and nobody I hang with is hood. I mean, my neighborhood was hood, but nobody else around was really hood like that. So it created a different person in me, and then the R&B alone just set the mood for whatever stuff I wasn't even trying to get into, and it will have your mind straight up on sex. I don't care what anyone says. R&B, that slow jam music, sex. So that's what my mind is on, and to this day I still battle things like that in my mind. Like, I may not be having sex, but in my mind, that music still, a beat alone could take me there. And it's a battle, and it's a battle you don't want to have to fight. Simply taking that music out of your life and being consistently listening and worshiping God and all that you do, and even your music will change your life drastically, and it will make the fight even easier for you, and you can be victorious because now you have God on your side for real, and you're not dibbling and dabbling and saying, God help me, but yet the depression that you're in, you choose to go listen to this song, but you need help. Why would you listen to something that's taking you deeper when you need to be listening to something that's lifting you up and out of it and completely taking you away from the possibility of ever going back? So music, great effect. We're not saying that you can't, but I mean, if you just simply look at the effects that it has on you, it's really not worth it. So
I got something to say.
okay.
This is real. This got real, right? So singers, right? What makes songs so beautiful is the fact that singers pour their heart out into the song, right? So you got a whole bunch of singers dealing with depression, dealing with addiction, dealing with anger, dealing with bitterness, dealing with pride, dealing with the list goes on, and they're just pouring their heart into these songs, and you just receiving it and pouring it back into yourself. And so if you think of it like that, this video is not to be deep or anything. We're not gonna go into the Bible. We can, it's not about a debate, but it's simply to say, well, what are you listening to that for? For real. Beyonce, you are a beautiful singer. You can do things that shock the world.
Beautiful.
I don't need to be singing your songs that got me feeling proud. That's kind of hard for me to be singing that song that make me feel like I'm all that. And Jesus is saying, no, I'm all that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to really be careful about that as well. Music is very it's like a heart thing. You are pouring your heart into that. And then you are taking whatever they're pouring out and just like, yeah, give it to me. I want that. You don't know what you really taking,
Yeah.
So it's just something to be careful about. That's all we got, man.
That's it.
Music.
Be careful.
Take something from it.
Please.